to the Cooler Women's Wellness Tribe, the podcast. Get comfortable, get your walking shoes on, and let's get it going. Hello. Welcome back, wealthy women, to another episode of the Women's Wellth podcast. I'm so happy to be here. I'm on my own today. And yeah, I've got a journey for the podcast today. I've got quite a few things. So as I was doing my planning, as I do when I'm sat in traffic, what do I want to talk about? And there's a few things that have been coming up for me lately. And yeah, so obviously I use this platform to share my own growth, hopefully to inspire or encourage you to take that step into your own journey of growth. I'm going to be talking about something today which you might think is a little bit, I don't know, you might not think it's a little bit out there. It touches on feminine energy. So I have a previous podcast on feminine energy, but we're going to go a little bit deeper with it today. I'm going to be talking about how connecting with our womb, yes, our womb, can make a huge impact on not only ourselves, our authentic self, our relationships, and our, in my case, my business, your work, your creativity. And this is all inspired by an immersion that I actually took place in myself, which started mid-September, I think the autumn equinox, up until the beginning of, so it was 3 weeks, it's 21 days. And this was held by Clare. So if you go back to episode 20, she led the immersion and she is amazing. And we had a different task every day, moving through a variety of different things. If this sounds like something you want to join once you've heard a little bit more, please reach out to Clare. So I'm not going to go into everything because this is her, you need to do the full immersion. I'm going to focus on one of the tasks that really changed me. And this was connecting with our womb, or my womb. And previously to this, on my spiritual journey, I've done a lot of things or a lot of meditations. I know been to womb steaming, women's mornings, tuning into your feminine energy. And the womb is something that's obviously always mentioned. And, tune in, what does she say? And if I'm honest, I really struggled. And when the part came to, tune into your womb, I struggled to differentiate from the purpose of my womb. And when we were tuning in, what does it look like? I would literally have the biological structure of my uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries are there. And my connection was more of the science of this is what happens. I have my 28-day cycle. Yes, I'm very in tune to that. But I was struggling to tune into the whole womb space. And I think this is something that is common for a lot of people. First of all, you probably haven't even thought about tuning into your womb space, because it wasn't something that I thought of until I was on my spiritual journey. And I definitely pigeonholed my womb as the place that children are made. And because that's not something that I have within my, expectation, I'm not expecting or wanting any children. I just put that into, that's for babies, that's for delivering babies. And I know that was blocking me from really using the power of my womb. And it was the next step, the icing on the cake, as it were, for my tuning into my feminine energy, which is a journey, it is a growth, and something that I am still working on. Your womb is your center. As a woman, it is our power. It is what makes us different from men. We can, if we're wanting to, create life. And if you don't have children, or you're not planning on having children, and this is where I had stopped myself, there is so much power you can access from it. and if you just allow your connection with your womb to support you. And that's what I have recently managed to do. So how does it work? So within the program that I completed with Clare, we had a task to do, which was connecting into our womb. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that before I go into everything else. And it was a meditation, guided meditation. And the first time that I did it, I, got into my meditation state, but it was definitely a connection to the biology, how it works, what's going on, probably thinking about where I am in my cycle. And when I think about my area, my womb space, I'm always so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And thank you, thank you, thank you. When I get my period, I'm so grateful. It's showing me that I'm healthy. And I'm very grateful to how it works, how everything is, still in working order. And thank you for that. So that was the first time. And I shared that in the group. And there was a couple of ladies that had a similar experience, but there was a couple of ladies that really, when I was reading their reply, I was like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I see this? Why can't I do that? And there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you if you're thinking, what the hell? I don't think I can do that either. What you need to do is relax. What you need to do is let go of this, whatever it is. So for me, I needed to let go of the womb is there for creating babies. That was literally what was blocking me. And that is a fact, but there's so much more. So I went in a second time. I did the task again a second time. Second time, I managed to, and this is going to sound, you're probably thinking, what? Why? My womb. So we were guided to, what does it look like? And I saw something different. I saw a beautiful room, not a womb, a room. It had, now don't ask me why, a gorgeous pink plush sofa, soft lighting. If you imagine a room, if you decorate your room with a Valentine's Day theme, soft lighting, red cushions, pink carpet, really over the top. That's what I saw. And, I just went with it. I had a little walk around. It was nice and warm and it was cozy and it was a nice place to be. So I shared it in the group. And I was like, I don't know if this is a thing. What is this? I didn't tune into anything else other than this beautiful Valentine's room of love. And, Clare did say that, this is a personal experience and what you see and what you feel is personal to you. So I went back again. I was like, right, okay. I have moved forward a step. I've taken away the biology. Now I've got this gorgeous, comfortable pink room full of love. Let's try and talk to my womb. So bear with me. So this is the thing that we need to be doing. We need to be connecting with her. So I sat down first and I, just mentally prepared to connect and stepping into that my womb is her own entity. Yes, it's a biological body part, but spiritually, she has her own energy. She has her own frequency and wanting to tune in to her. And it worked. And I went in, and as soon as I started feeling comfortable and, in that state of, okay, I'm here, I asked her, what do you want to tell me? And funnily enough, she was very sassy. I think the first thing was, well, you haven't ever asked me anything before, which is very, very true. And, I won't go into the whole conversation here, but what I got from it was I can use her when I am stuck. I can use her to help me create. I need to tune in. I need to let go of her being just this baby making area to be my creative brain, coming out of my head and into my womb, away from my ego and more into my feminine energy. And this was like a mind blown for me. At the time, and if you've got me on socials, I've been dripping in that my new mentoring program is coming up. I was struggling to find the way in which I could do this. Who do I aim it at? What do I want to share? The price, even. My ego was really chipping at me of, you need to do this because this is what everyone else does and this is what works. Look what she's doing. And I was having such a, backwards and forwards with myself, which is why it's taken a little bit longer, because it wasn't feeling right. After then tuning in to my womb space, suddenly these ideas were coming to me. The price, making it affordable. What information do I need to share? Who do I want to join this mentoring space? How long does it need to be? How am I going to do this? And I completely had not a 360. The ideas are still there and what I wanted to share, but I was really able to tune in and feel happy with what came through. And within 2 weeks, it goes live on Monday the 30th. And it was only 2.5 weeks ago once I finished the program. So, and I've been tuning in ever since. And, yes, the womb has got the ability to create and support new life. It's amazing. She can do this for the whole 9 months. The power of creation is massive. And everyone who is listening to this who is a mum, or, I experienced birth. I went in with my sister when she gave birth to my niece. So, no, I haven't given birth, but I've experienced the magic. I've seen new life coming into this world, and it's amazing. So by tuning in, so think of all that magic and think what you're missing out on by not looking more closely and using your womb space to give you that extra support and to help you to create whatever you want in your life. Like, we have this computer system and within us that we can just tune into and ask questions, and she's there to guide us. So when we connect to, and I guess I've started to respect my womb. In essence, we are connecting and respecting our feminine. And it's the deep, dark, untouchable place of our inner wisdom, our feminine power, our intuition. And when you're living in this way and you're conscious as well of your cycles and honoring the wisdom of your cycles, we're really stepping in, and it's self-love. It's really appreciating what you have and using it. And I think a lot of women, and me included, I'm, with my cycles, I'm on that, but this was something that I was lacking. And what's happened and why we don't do this is because culturally, as a modern culture, we've tried to, and we've been pushed into disconnect. So as a culture, we've tried to control our womb space and have other people and other people have too. We've drugged her, we've cut her, we've burned her, we've removed her, we've sped her up, we've blocked her, we've slowed her down. All of this through medication, all of this through our minds, all of this through modern life, where we push ourselves so much that we don't function properly. And you may be listening to this and you have missed periods, heavy periods, taking the pills so you don't get a period. All of those things that we all do. Again, I have done that, and we've done this to women. We've done this to ourselves, and what has happened is we've lost this feminine essence. So how do we get this back? And it starts with allowing yourself to tune in. So when you've listened to the podcast today, just take 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be a big meditation, a big event. Just sit, close your eyes, and just focus on your womb space. And just start to make that mind and body connection with that space. Maybe lying down, putting your hands on your belly, tuning in. If you have children, first thing you might want to do is just say thank you for creating life. Thank you for what your wombs allowed you to bring in, your amazing children, and just taking that moment to connect that way. If you don't have children, tuning in like I do to do exactly the same thing, but for your cycles, for your health, for her showing you that you're well. You know, I've spoken about it in previous podcasts. Your cycle is your fifth vital sign. So when something is amiss, we need to be listening when it's heavy, it's light, we skip, we have extreme pain, you know, the side effects that might be coming up. Your body is screaming out, your womb is screaming out, hello, you need to listen to me. So just taking a moment to do that. And then how is this going to help you? So I'm going to go through a few reasons, a few ways that doing this can help you in your daily life. So it's not just something like, oh, it's a meditation she's talking about and, you know, it's not going to help. It will help. I created a whole 8-week mentoring program based on the back of tuning into my womb space. That's how powerful it can be. So if there's something that you're working on, something you're trying to change, something that you're feeling fed up, you're stuck, your missing piece too could be tuning in. So as modern women, we spend a lot of time in our heads, overthinking, analysing, worrying about what we're analysing because we're worrying. We spend a lot of our days looking for solutions on how to stop overthinking. And again, hands up, been there, done that, overthought about it. And as long as we are living in our heads, it will not happen. And, you know, you might be thinking like, oh gosh, and you might be stuck in your head. If you're listening thinking, oh God, this sounds like, you know, it's not clicking or there's something, just bear with me. We need to drop into our bodies and connect with them. And, you know, I talk a lot in my past few podcasts, mind-body connection. It's so important. You need to be present. You need to be present with your womb space. You need to be present with your body. You need to feel your body, you know, not in a sense that touching, you can do that. That is something that I would advise, but just being in your body more than your head. So if you struggle with that, again, when you're lying down, sitting down, connecting with your womb space, definitely touch the area, feel with your hands, take the physical feeling, you know, your fingertips are so sensitive, and just touching your womb space, touching your lower belly, letting yourself really connect through touch. We don't do that enough either. And especially if you're very, I like touch. So for example, when I go into a shop and I see a jumper, yes, I like the jumper, but I'm touching that jumper. I need to feel what that jumper feels like, whether or not it's going to touch my body. It could be the most amazing thing. If it feels crap or I don't like the material, it needs to be soft, it needs to be warm, you know. And if you do that, you need that touch. Not everyone does that, not everyone needs that, but if you listen, you think, oh my God, I do that. You touching the clothes, you're rubbing it between your fingers. You know, if you have those cushions in your house because they're soft, or you have that soft blanket, your dressing gown, anything like that, then you need that comfort of the feeling. Make sure that you're touching your body when you're connecting. And it might be that, you know, if this can also work with if you're struggling with body image, stop looking at yourself in the mirror, put the mirror away and feel your legs, feel your bum, feel your boobs. Use your hands to feel how amazing your body is. You know, get that feeling of it. Forget what, you know, looking in the mirror, really tuning into your body and showing her that love. The body is a fantastic and well-designed system. And I know I say it all the time, it blows my mind. In movies, it's exaggerated. You know, someone gets injured and within a few seconds the skin heals. That's real. It just doesn't take a few seconds. You are healing right now when you're listening to this. Your body is working now to keep you alive. You're breathing. It's taking that oxygen, it's making its way through the blood cells, your lungs are keeping you alive, your organs are doing their jobs. Your womb space right now is whatever part of your cycle working. So I have, I think, 2 days left. So there's so much going on inside me right now as I sit here talking. How amazing. We don't have to tune it in. We don't have to go to a computer and type in like, okay, this is what you need to do today. I need breath. I need da-da-da-da. It does it for us. And I could talk about this all the time. And this is why we need to show our bodies more love. This is why we need to appreciate and really worship what our bodies do. Try and push aside this culture of you need to look a certain way. You know, yes, you might look a certain way, but are your organs working correctly? I know that sounds, you see these women in magazines and they're beautiful, but what's going on the inside? Why are we not appreciating that everybody? I've lost track now. I've just gone off on my body love tangent. So when we're tuned in to our bodies, we are automatically more present. We're grounded. And this is, again, something that we don't have enough of these days. We're not grounded. How often do you go out in nature? And if you do, amazing. Take your shoes and socks off if you can, and let your feet feel the ground. We're meant to spend 65% of our lives outside. That's what we're built for. Our bodies need that. We're plants, we're animals. We need the sunshine, we need vitamin D. We need to be outside, enjoying, being outside, keeping ourselves healthy. We spend so much of our time indoors now because that's what's more appealing, and it's affecting our health. And you'll know this by, if you look up statistics of children that, they don't play outside anymore. And people are becoming more and more obese. People are growing, there's more diabetes, there's more heart attacks, in younger people, young adults. There's more health problems. And one solution is just get outside, go for a walk, go and get some fresh air. So when you're getting this fresh air, this is how you can make your decisions. When you need to make a decision, instead of drowning in the thousands and thousands of possibilities that the mind comes up, when you're trying to decide, you're like, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? Let your body feel it. Let your body give you the answer. This is your intuition, your inner guidance, and I do believe the body knows better. If it feels good in your body, if you get that excitement, go for it. If you get that, and you have that recoil, don't do it. Some people connect with the belly, so the gut, which is where I used to tune into, like, how does this feel? Is it a yes or is it a no? And actually, let me just share this with you as well. So if you struggle to connect, when you're lying down, when you're tuning into your womb, ask your body to show you what is a yes. Ask your guidance, whoever it is that you talk to, what is a yes? Show me a yes. Think of something that's a yes and feel where that comes in. So for me, a yes is in my solar plexus, just below the ribs, and I have like a flutter. A no is a heavy feeling in the chest. Again, this might not make much sense until you try it. Think of something you don't want. Where does that manifest in your body? That's your no. Think of something you do want. Where does that manifest in your body? That's a yes. We need to use that. Once you're in tune with that, you can then start to ask your womb, and you will have that feeling, that butterfly feeling of a yes, or maybe a sinking feeling of a no. You will always get an answer. Whether or not you think this is your subconscious, this is your body, this is your energy, whatever it is working. It's giving you an answer. You're tuning in and you're getting your answer. The second aspect then of connecting with your body in your womb is the fact that your womb is there. It's ready. You don't have to sit in a queue. She's not asleep. It's there working every day. Your womb follows the wisdom. Like I've just said, you don't have to tune her in. You don't have to charge her up. She is there ready. Your womb possesses many of the answers to the questions you have been asking yourself. And yes, as strange as it may seem, believe me, there is a lot your womb can tell you. Now, after being in different, I've been in lots of groups where women have been doing this. And before this, I would listen and think, oh my God, I didn't feel anything. But I've witnessed women connecting with their wombs and being shocked by what has come up, shocked to tears, because they've finally had an answer that they've been looking for. And, when I've been in these situations, being told that connecting with the womb it brings an amazing comfort. It brings a feeling of being supported, which is so different from how we live our lives. How many of you live in comfort? How many of you live feeling supported? It doesn't happen all the time. We spend most of our days, like I said, overthinking, analysing, and we're in survival mode. Now, how nice does it feel to know that you don't have to be? It's not to say that, you only then tune into your body. We do have, we're human. We have to live within this human world, but we have this extra sensory, this extra brain, as it were. We have our mind and we have our womb. It's going to stop you feeling trapped, and it's going to help you to feel more centered. It's going to help you to not control your mind, but assist your mind, assist your human side, in what you want to create. So when I say you're human, yes, we are human, but we are souls having a human experience. And again, once you tune into that your soul is this amazing thing, it's your love, it's your energy, it's your frequency, and our bodies and our minds are the ego, the human side. So it really allows you to then understand and, sometimes like, right, that's my ego talking, I need to go deeper. So when I was creating my program, having the ego telling me, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way, I'm able to sort of go, right, no, that's not sitting with me, my higher self, my authentic self. I need to, if I was listening to my ego, my mentoring program would have been released a couple of months ago. My aim was to get it, well, not a couple of months ago, was end of September, October, but it wouldn't have been something that I was in love with, that I was passionate about. Final reason that I'm going to share today why connecting with your womb is important is there's a lot of healing potential in our wombs. We are victims of social conditioning that says how we should look, what we should look like. This can lead, and does lead for everyone. We've all had this of, I'm not enough. I don't look right. I'm not thin enough. I'm not thick enough. My boobs are too small. My boobs are too big. My bum is too small. My bum is too big. I need this doing on my face. I need to have my hair this color. I need to wear these clothes. I could go on and on and on. Guaranteed that every day or every week you will have one of these thoughts. It might be when you look in the mirror, or it might be when you look at someone else and you have that split comparison of, oh, she's got that and I haven't. She looks that way and I don't. When you connect with your womb, you experience self-acceptance, you experience self-validation, and that can only come within. And guess what? Will you carry on with following these messages from the media if you feel good with yourself? No. And this is often how we get our freedom back as a woman. So for years, I was stuck in that rut. You have your Instagram models, you compare, you don't think you're good enough, and you work out, I need to look that way, I need to be able to do this is going to make me a better person. But since I unfollowed that, and like I said, this connection with my womb is new to me. Even when I was connecting with my womb space and my cycle, I'm really beginning to appreciate that, do you know what? I'm healthy. Everything's in working order. I have managed to tune in, let go of my, call it PMS, heavy periods, mood swings, anxiety, my crippling anxiety. But just by tuning into me and learning what I want and what lights me up and letting go of what everyone else is doing around me, I've been able to connect with not only my authentic and higher self, but with my feminine power. I was able to, I really appreciate my cycle. Every time I get my period, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. When I was on holiday in the summer in New York, I got my period on my last day. I had a split second of, it's the last day. And then I stopped myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am healthy. It's coming exactly on the right day. Amazing. How amazing is that? How amazing that my body knows it needs to come on this date. And it just gives you that power over your own body. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. No, it doesn't. I'll answer that question for you. So I really believe, after taking part in the program with Clare, that the secret to women finding answers, creativity, finishing their struggles is to connect with their center. Own your power that comes from within. Say yes to your womb. And go away after listening to this and just say hi, say hello. It doesn't have to be a full tuning, but see how that feels and take the steps. If you've listened to this and think, oh my God, I want to try this, start small. You can reach out to Clare. Her program was called The Unfolding Rose. So go back to episode 20. Her Instagram is @thedivinemirror. So if you have any questions about the program that I took part in, feel free to message her, or you can come and ask me. It's a journey. I'm still at the very beginning of mine, but I can't believe how different I feel. So this is your sign, and I'm going to end there today. Thank you very much for listening, and go off, go now, go tune in to your womb for 5 minutes, say hello, say hi, see what she's got for you, and enjoy the journey. And I will see you next week. I have another amazing guest. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful for you all. Goodbye.
And that's it today, everybody. I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you again next week. Don't forget, 5 stars, download, tell your friends. You're amazing.